guys, welcome to our YouTube channel, and in this short video series we are going to learn about SolidWorks. So SolidWorks is basically a software which is used by many engineers, mainly in the mechanical engineering field, to design, model and simulate different kinds of objects and entities. So in this short video series we are going to learn a lot about SolidWorks, that is the outlook of SolidWorks, different parts of SolidWorks, and also we are going to learn about designing different parts for a Scotch Yoke mechanism. Not just that, this video series is divided into two parts, and in the first video we are going to learn about the design of the parts. There are basically 4 parts and we are going to learn how to design and model them in detail. In the next video we are going to learn about assembling those parts, and last but not the least we are going to learn how to provide them with a motion, that is analyzing the motion, and we will be also running an animation. So in this short but sweet video series, which is divided into 2 parts again, we will try to learn many things about SolidWorks, and that can help you get kick started with this particular software. So be with us. So as we talked about it earlier, today in this video we are going to learn about designing and modeling the parts and running the motion analysis. So we are going to do it for a Scotch Yoke mechanism, and at the end your product is going to look somewhat like this. Basically we can see that there are 4 parts. I call it 4 because 2 of these are identical to each other. So the first part is the base or the hub. The 2 parts are the traps. The upper yellow part is the key, and we have got a disc, or you can call it a wheel. So we are going to delve into design and modeling of all 4 different parts, and also we are going to learn how to assemble them. And last but not the least, we are going to learn about the motion analysis, that is running this one in motion and creating a basic animation. So as I talked about it earlier, we need SolidWorks to do that. So you can just go in here and search for the SolidWorks option. You can do it from here, or simply, since I've already opened it and it's going to take some long time, I can just click Ctrl N to create a new body or new part. For that, I'll just click on this part option. So once it opens, I will be using this particular part option to design, first of all, a hub, and it's going to look somewhat like this. So as we can see that it's basically a rectangle with a hole in its center, right? We are going to design this one from scratch. So I'll close this one for the time being. Or I can just move in to a new part. I have it here. So first and foremost, you need to decide what is the plane that you are going to use. There are basically 3 types of plane if you look here. One is front plane, one is top plane, one is right plane. So I think if we work on the top plane, it will be easier for us. So you can use any of the other planes. I like to design this one in the top plane. It's up to you. So first and foremost, we know that it's a rectangle, so we are going to go to the sketch option, start our sketch, and we are going to get a rectangle. So also the rectangles, there are different types of rectangles, but I'll choose the corner rectangle. And after doing so, you can just draw in a random rectangle. You can always provide the dimensions later. And you can go to the smart dimensioning option and put in the dimensions. So the length for this one is 100 and the breadth for this one is 40. sorry, is 40. As you can see, I just put in the numbers 140 because I've set my system in mmgs. You can see that on the bottom right of your screen, and it says it's millimeter gram in second. If you want to design or model in any of the other formats, you can always choose that, but mostly, and even I would suggest you to do it in mmgs format, because meter is a standardized unit, and it's most of the sketches are provided in If you want to do it in inch, you can do that, but I do it in mmgs. So the first thing that you should do is always have a look in here. So after you got your rectangle, you can exit the sketch. And now you are ready for extrusion. For extruding it, you can always go to the features, extruded boss base, and it will provide the sketch with a thickness. So now I need a depth of about 4 mm. So I'll just enter it in this particular portion. You don't have to worry about any other thing. Then you can just click the green button. Now you have a plank kind of thing. The rectangle, or I would say the rectangle with a thickness, is basically a cuboid. Now you need to put a hole inside of it. So for that, again, just go to the top plane, make it perpendicular to yourself. And now you need a hole inside of it. So what you are going to do is basically go to the sketch again. And now you can sketch in this particular part. For that, you will need a circle. Just draw the circle anywhere. It doesn't really matter for now. And just press escape. Go to the smart dimensions. Give it a diameter. The diameter that I need is 6 mm. Just press 6. And now I need to position this particular circle. So for that, I would just click in here and here. This distance is 20 mm. And here and here. This distance should be 50. Now the circle is placed particularly perfectly, and after this I can just exit the sketch, and again I can go to the features, the extruded boss base option. It will automatically detect it. So it's showing that if I want to create a pin-like structure which is going upwards, but I can just change the direction. You can do it by dragging it from here or simply just clicking here, right? Oh, sorry. I think I'll have to do it again. Extruded boss base. Click on the other direction. You can just go through all just to make sure that it cuts through the whole rectangle, and it's good. So you can just click enter. Oh, sorry. Forgot to mention that now you should use the cut option. Just click in here and click OK. Now we are done. Now we got a hole inside this plane. After you're done, you can just Control S. So I have already made it and just part 1 hub. Since we're going to do it again, so we are done with the part 1, that's the creation of hub. And the second thing that we're going to do is create another part. And now we are going to design a disk. So for designing a disk, the basic thing is you have to just choose a plane first of all, and after choosing a plane, I'll just choose a front plane this time, make it perpendicular to myself, and you can just start with making a circle. Since we are going to make a disk, if you want to have a close look what we are going to make this time. So this is the thing that we are going to make now. So it basically has a circle, and it's provided with a thickness, and the other things are 2 cylinders. So it will be basically easy if you start it this way. So let's move towards our sketch. Here, right? So in the front plane, we are basically going to draw a circle. And I said to you that you don't have to worry about the dimensions, as you can always provide them later. You can just put in the diameter as 40 mm. It's done for now, at least. You can use the extrude feature to extrude it. Features, extruded boss base. Just click it, this one. You just extrude it to a distance of 4 mm. Now you have a circle with a thickness. After this, you can just click in a hole. So basically you have to make 2 cylinders, right? So for the first cylinder, we are going to go to the sketch again, select this plane this time, and you are going to draw a circle somewhere up here. Don't worry about the dimension, as you can always put it later. Dimension is 6 mm for this one. And the other thing that we need to specify is the distance of this circle from the center. So the center to center distance, I'm going to put it as 12 mm. Now the circle is particularly made. Just exit my sketch. Now I can go to the features, extruded boss base, just click it. It's already gotten to this point. I can extrude it to a depth of 10 mm. I think it's good. Just click OK. Now I have to move to the other portion where I have to sketch again. I'll select this one. Now it's easy. I think you get the drill now. And again, I have to draw another circle, but this time it's going to be easier because I can choose this particular center. Again, don't worry about the dimension, as you can always give it later. The dimension for this one is 6 mm diameter as well. So after this, you can just exit, and you can go to the features, extruded boss base. It's already detected, but this time you are going to extrude this for a depth of only 6 mm. I think that's about good. So the second part is made as well, and you can always color it. For the color colors you like. That you need to select the whole drawing, color it red. I guess red will be good. I think it'll be good. It's good. Basically, two of the four parts are made, and now we are going to move to the third part. You can click Ctrl N again, go to the part section, click OK. Now what we are going to make is this track. Looks good, right? The third part is a trap. We are going to be needing two of these, but you don't have to worry too much because you can just design it once and you are good to go. So for this as well, you need to select a plane first of all, make it perpendicular to you. Now you have to use a bit of your mind. What could be easier? What could be easily done? So for this, I just go to the sketch and use a rectangle first of all. Rectangle of dimension, which I can always put later. Smart dimensions for this one. This one is going to be 20. Sorry. mm, and this is going to be 40 mm. Now I think we are good. So you need to design some patterns in here now. For that, I will draw another rectangle. Sorry, another rectangle which has a dimension of 10 mm. And the other interesting feature that SolidWorks provides to you is that you can always duplicate some features. By duplication, I mean to say that you can always mirror the entities. For that, I just use the center point to draw a line, and as you can see that you can always make construction lines for an infinite length. And now I am going to use this particular feature over here because I need this whole thing on the other side as well. So I'll just use the mirror entities option. Just click on this rectangle and mirror about this axis. So it's particularly done here. I'll just click OK. After this, we can just delete this one because we don't need it now. And there's another option which is called trim entities. You can just go in here because we don't need this one, this one, this one, and this one. We only need these, what remains in here. So after that, we can just use the fillet option. For using the fillet, you can go to this option. Let me find it. So yeah, Here we have the sketch fillet option. You can just click in sketch fillet. Sketch fillet. For the bigger ones, you can use a fillet of 5 mm. And these ones as well. Yep, they're good. And for the smaller ones, you can use a fillet of 3 mm. For example, for this one and this one, we are going to use a fillet of 3 mm. For this and this one. And this one as well. Now we're good. We are getting to the design, and the last fillet remains to be done on these particular portions. So for that, we are going to select a fillet of 2.90 mm, and after that we're going to select these particular entities. Just click on OK. We should be mostly done in here. Okay, now after filleting all these particular portions, we are good to go. We are good to go for the fillet. And now we are going to design another slot, but we can always do it later, or you can do it now. It doesn't really matter. For that, we are going to use the rectangle option. On a rectangle, just design a rectangle of 10 mm by 4 mm by 4 mm. It's done, and you have to place it on the center. So for that, you can just use the center option. Okay, so for that you can just click on this one and the center of this one maybe, and you can always click vertical. Yeah, so this point and this point is vertical to each other, and you can accept the sketching. So now we need to use the features option to extrude this particular sketch. That you can just click in here and here. This is extruded boss base. So it provides you an option with a hole already made. You can just extrude this to a depth of 10 mm. It's already given here. You can just click in OK. We are mostly done with this one as well. So again, to add the color, to make it distinct, you can just select the whole part. Just assign it with any color. So I'll choose green for this one. You can again put any color that you like. So our third part, that is the trap, is made as well. So now moving towards the fourth part, which is the key, which looks somewhat like this. Wait a second, it's loading. Which looks somewhat like this. It looks easy, right? If you have followed all the three parts closely and you have kind of reached towards the end of the designing of the parts, you should find this one particularly easier compared to other ones. So easy or not, we are going to do it anyway. So for this, we are going to open a new file again. Did you not save the earlier one? Not this one. This one or this. We have to save the file always. Part 4. Sorry. Part 3. Trap. And I think we forgot to save the this one as well. Not this one. This one, I guess. That is part 2 to disk. Always remember to save the files. And now we're going to make this one. So the last part of last part of the model is going to be the yoke. And for this, we are going to select a plane, front plane for now. And you're going to go to the sketch option, use the front plane. Now you have to put in rectangles. So rectangles, I'm not sure what's happening in here. So the dimension of first rectangle will be 10 mm to the breadth, and it's going to be 134 mm to the length. That's good. And you can put in another rectangle by simply going to the rectangle. 14 by 40. For that you can use a center rectangle, it will be easier. Just look for the center of this one somewhere in here. As I already told you, you can always provide the dimensions later on, so just sketch the thing before worrying about putting in the dimensions. So the dimension for this one is going to be 14, and on the other side it is 40 mm. Okay, so this does not look particularly good. So what we are going to do now is we are going to provide another dimension, which could be 520. So if we provide another distance from this center, -hmm. 15 and 20. We have to put in another dimension. Or wait a second, you can use this particular line. You can use as much as construction lines that we want. Wait a second. We can use the select midpoint option. Now we have a midpoint here. So for that, we can just click on this particular point, and make it so at the center for this one. I think it's gone somewhere around here. Use this option. Putting in 40. Now we are done with this. So what we can do now is we can just check in the dimension. For that, we can just provide another relation, like we can use smart dimension again. Put a dimension from that center to the other point as 67 units, and from the bottom the hole is 40. The hole is 40. This one is 10. So 40 minus 10 is about 30 that remains. So how much should it be? 10, which it means 5 from here, 5 from here, and 15 from there, which means it should be 20, right? From the center it should be 20. We've already had 5 from here, which means it should be about 15 from this particular point. Oh no, this particular point should be only 5. So we can use smart dimension again. Click on this one, sorry, this is my bad. First of all, we just clicked in there. Now we can just use smart dimension. Sorry, click on the center, and this one is already done. So what we are going to need is, this one's already done. So what we are going to need is this vertical distance, right? From here to here. Okay, so we can just do this and this. That should be only 5 mm. Now it's good. So there are certain tweaks that you need to make from the sketch itself. So after you are done with this, you can use the trim entities option again. You can trim the unnecessary parts. Just make a cross in here. cross like this. Looks good. And after that, you can just add in another circle of, oh sorry, trace a circle, another rectangle, center one, and you can again provide a smart dimension to it. This one should be 32, and this one can be 6 mm. That looks good. And for further confirmation, you can also put in another dimension in here, which can be 4 mm. That's good. Now, and after you are done with this one, you can just click escape. That gets you out of the smart dimension. You can always delete the diagonals, and now we have to insert the fillet option again. So for that, you can just go to the sketch fillet. You can put in the fillet radius of 4.5 mm. Now the entities to fillet. That's good. That's great. This one, this one, the other entities should be filleted. This one looks good. Now we're still in the fillet, so we have to fillet the other entities as well. So we can put in a fillet radius of 2.59 mm because these are obviously smaller. And 59 for this one, these ones, these ones, these ones right here, and the bottom ones as well. Okay, now we're done. So after running a fillet, we can just exit the sketch. Just check if something extra is remaining there. These are all just the dimensions, so this shouldn't be an issue. Just moving to, you can just click in this part, and sorry, clicking this part and this part, and you can go to the features and use the extruded boss base option. So we'll show you how to extrude this. So you're gonna extrude it to a depth of only 4 mm. That should be good. That's great. That looks great, right? So after this, you're gonna go here again, select the whole model or the whole part, select all the features and select all the geometries that's involved in here, and now you can just play with the color. I'll put it yellow for now, right? Looks good. Yup. After that, you can just save it. So it's the fourth part, I suppose. Yeah, part 4 key. So basically we are done with all the 4 parts. Now in the next video we are going to move towards the assembly and the motion study. We can again see that all the four parts are made. So in the other video, we are going to assemble all of these and we are going to run a motion study. So yeah, in this video, we learned design of parts and also we modeled them. Basically, what we did was we designed four parts and we modeled them. For that, we used the sketch feature, extrude feature, trim entities, and also we learned how to color those parts to distinct them. So what we did was we designed four parts, that is the hub, desk, track, and key. And in the next video, we are going to learn how to assemble all these four parts and using them for running a motion analysis. So thank you guys and be with us in our next video as well. We are going to learn a lot.